Hey guys, today I'm going to go over what I do to record some of my music, and I go dawless, which isn't a big thing these days since there's so many good DAW applications for Windows and Mac. I go dawless primarily because I have an IT job, and by the time I get home, I don't want to deal with PC or Mac to do my music work. Also, the limitations give you some nice creative flexibility where you really have to think about what you're doing and how to sequence and deal with all of your sounds. So let's get started. So the primary thing that I use is this multi-track recorder from Zoom. It's the R16, and it's a fairly old recorder, but it does the job. It uses SD cards. It has a USB host function, so you can plug in a USB thumb drive, for example, to expand the space. But SD cards are so cheap these days that you can put a 16 or 32 gigabyte card in there and have many hours of multi-track recording. The other thing that I like to use is this Boss RC202 loop station. It's just nice because you can layer sounds on sounds and then just play along with your melody and then start building a nice song with it. Audio quality is fantastic. It has 2 tracks that are independent of each other, which is kind of cool. It also has MIDI syncability, so you can sync to a MIDI clock, so you can really get your perfect loops out of it. So for a long time, I used to use the Novation Circuit, which made a perfect MIDI sequencer. It's a little limited. It only has really 2 tracks of usable chromatic output on it, but it makes a really good sequencer. And then recently, I got the Electron Dig Attack, which is a sampler, and I do use the PC maybe once a week to upload a few samples on this. That's another thing you really have to do, but you can sample directly into the device, so if you have something you want to sample from, you don't need a PC for that. And the wave shaping capabilities on it are pretty hands-on and nice. You have a really good display of seeing your wave shape, so you don't have to use a PC editor and things like that. The other thing that I recently picked up is the Diggie Tone. This also makes a good MIDI sequencer, but it's also a really good FM synth as well. But the sequencer is independent of the synth, so you get 8 voices of synth, and you get 8 full MIDI channels of chromatic output, which is awesome. And that's just some of the tools that I use to become dawless, and it makes things easier. And again, it's not for everyone, but if you want to go dawless, this is some of the things that I use.